Welcome one, welcome all. This is Capital T here, and this is going to be a replay of a game of Warcraft Total War, which is my Warcraft map I made. Me and my buddy Zach are playing a game. It was a really good game, so we're going to be watching the replay here. I've been I've been out of it tonight, so I'm a little out of it, but it'll be good. It'll be fun. So it's just generating. We'll skip through that. We're going to be watching the game from, let's watch from Zach's perspective. That'd be interesting. So me and Zach are both orcs, and I'm up here, about there. Yeah, I'm right here. So I'm talking shit to him right now. So let's see what Zach's doing here. So we're both orcs, and he's getting his farm. I've sped it up a bit because this is kind of boring in the beginning, but it's fun when you're playing. So he's got, what, he goes for 4 farms. This is a farm also. And then he's got his force troll running around. He's going to be doing some scouting, right? So he's built, wow, he's built 5 farms before he went barracks. He's playing a very, if I rushed him, which is hard to do in this game, because he usually spawns pretty far away from one another. But if I rushed him, he would die. But, I mean, I think I expanded really early. Yeah, see, I'm scouting around. I just got my barracks, so he's not that far behind. But I expanded really early. Anyway, I'll turn fog. So he's found my base, he's found my main right there. And he's building lots of farms, man. He's got a lot of farms. He's got a big economy here. Got a lot of peasants going. He's got, he's building farms. You can see some of my trolls running around doing some scouting. Zach is really good at scouting. He scouts everywhere. He misses my expo, which may be there now. Yeah, see, I have an expo here, and I get a lot of expansions in this. As you can see, I've expanded quite early. It's about 10 minutes in, and I've expanded. Anyway, here we had a little bit of combat before we missed. Oh no, we didn't. Not yet. So he sends 9 grunts up here, and this is a funny part of this game. I feel bad because he mucked up, but he sent them up and around, and he forgets about them. He forgets about them because I built a tower there, so he forgets about them over here. Now I'll slow it down eventually, but this is just no big battles yet, just grunts running around and stuff. Yeah, so we're watching this from Zach's perspective once again. So he's expanded, although I think I have 2 expos now, as you can see. There's one here I'm building. So hasn't expanded, and he expanded over here rather than here. I think he knew about this one. No, he didn't actually. But so he sees my army coming. I want to slow it down here, just to twice the speed. So he sees my army coming. He's got his guys up here. They're not doing anything. So he sends his army out. There's my army. Slow it down. So this is at real speed now. So we both got our armies. Oh, I remember this fight. So we both got our armies. I'm bringing my catapult up. I take a shot. I land it right between these 2. So that was a good shot. You want to do... Catapults are a lot of the battles. Like, you start with an artillery battle, and then you kind of just go from there, right? So it's an interesting kind of dynamic. You're shooting catapults at each other. It's just it's interesting how battles start. It's one guy trying to say, oh, now you have to attack me because I still have catapults, and they have the longest range in the game. So anyway, I'm starting my attack. I landed. See, catapults are really good. But they need someone to defend them. So we're just shooting at each other. Bam! I killed his catapult. I still got 4 grunts and spearmen. He doesn't have anyone left. I killed his whole army. So that was a little victory for me. And if we watch from my perspective, I think his base is down here. So I'm not quite sure where he's at. I wanted them to go this way, but they wouldn't, because if we look, Zach has blocked it off pretty much, right? I can't go around that way, which I wanted to go. I wanted to go this way, and they wouldn't go. So he's got a really good defense there. But Zach's funny. He builds the big defense in one direction where he wants you to come from, but at the bottom he doesn't have a lot. But so he sees me coming around. He's got his catapults here. Speed it up a bit. Got his catapults here. I'm running around the side there. He's got his catapults. That's one thing about this game is you can see them, and you can set up ambushes and stuff, and that's how a lot of the combat happens. Right?
Ready to ride.
And he's got raiders now. I'm tier 2 as well, but I didn't get raiders right away. I didn't get them right away. I was still using grunts and spearmen for a little while. So we're just killing each other. He's killed my little force at the bottom. I'm orange. He's green. One sec, I gotta age me here.
Ready to ride.
So, yeah. So, I'm sending another force of grunts, but I see he's got raiders because there's no fog of war usually. So it's whatever you've seen, you can still see. It's interesting. It's really cool because you get little glimpses of the enemy, and you're trying to guess where the rest of them is. It's interesting. So, yeah, I moved my grunts up, but I think I see that there's towers, and I pretty much backed them off right away, because towers will kill grunts really easy, especially if 2 of them. Towers are very powerful. One of the only ways to stop towers in this game is with catapults. That's why catapults are so essential. That you have to keep your catapults alive in order to break into any defenses. So, we're having a little fight here. I've got a couple grunts. I'm also attacking these 9 grunts. He's left up here the whole game. So, I'm shooting. Let's switch back to Zorch. So, yeah, that's all he can see. These guys come through. This music is amazing, by the way. I love Warcraft 2 and 1. I love their music. I'm so glad I switched it. I found some Warcraft 3 styler, I think it was, and it let me change the music and stuff, so it's really neat. So down here, I'm attacking with my 5 grunts, but they got ganked. I don't even think he lost any men. But, so there's lots of combats going on all over the place. It's really interesting. So down here, Zach has got his Altar of Storms, and he's getting Necrolite basic training.
Ready to ride.
He's got a bit of an army going on in his main. See, he's got like 2 separate cities. That's exactly what I wanted. If you've ever played Total War is a game about having lots of cities and stuff, and so it makes me happy. That was one of my inspirations for this, is that I'd like to see a Warcraft Total War game, but I can't. So I just kind of took some aspects of how Total War works and put it into this, or at least I tried to. And yeah, so it's just, the armies are all over. It's a really cool game, especially because it's all randomly generated. I don't know, that makes a lot of it for me, is that every time you play, it's a different map and different strategies are needed, and all that kind of stuff. So I like that. That's some of the cool things about this one. I hope I'm not being too loud. It's late at night, and I don't want to wake my roommates up. But yeah, so he's moving his army out. He's got a couple catapults, a couple raiders. I'll move the mic closer so I don't have to talk as loud. I think I'll speed it up a bit. But as you can see, he's moving up. I'm mostly my base, but I think I move up here to counter him because I can see this, right? I can obviously... That's the thing, is there's no fog of war. Oh no, see, I do my own little attack down here, and he can see that. He can see that I'm moving forward while he's out of his base, because I can see it. See, it's like you have that feign, and oh, it's an interesting game. It's fun watching it, especially because I'm very happy right now. So it's interesting to watch, like how the game plays. As you can see, I kind of came through the forest there and attacked his catapults when he was looking. Like I don't know, I think that's really cool and actually very tactical for like Warcraft. Like it's an interesting kind of game, but it still has that micro that Warcraft needs. I don't know. I'm really proud of this. If you can't tell, it's one of my most successful things I've ever made in Warcraft maps. Like, I feel like it's so Warcrafty because it's got that original feel to it. To me, at least, I don't know. It's got that feeling of what really big Warcraft could be, and like how Warcraft is. I don't know. It's just he built his great hall in a silly place. There's trees in the way. I don't know. I'm just talking right now. Don't judge me. Ha ha ha. You know, I'm only 20, man. I can still be a bit of
Ready to
delinquent.
ride.
Yeah. So
Our gold mine is running low.
he's moving out with a bunch of raiders, and as you can see here, I've got necrolytes, and I have bloodlust, and I have raiders, and I have some grunts still. I don't know why. Grunts are good for a while. As you can see, I've got 2 upgrades for my catapults, so they're really strong. They'll kill other catapults very easily. Now Zach, he's really good like this. He has 2 separate groups of raiders. He's got one going over this way, and he's got these guys here. And he actually he just picks me apart in this battle. I remember this battle. I'm gonna get the arrow keys going. My arm's getting sore. So you see, we form up, and then he retreats a bit because he knows he can't win yet. So, but you see, he's moving his other group around here, and this is what's so useful about raiders, is you can dance around each other and attack on 2 fronts, and it's actually very effective because the armies are so large. You know, like you're trying to keep them in order, keep them in separate groups, and you'll see here he attacks my warlocks when I'm not looking, or my necrolytes when I'm not looking. You know, he comes in for battle, he does that. You know, kills 3 of my raiders. I think he kills 3 of my raiders. Like, that's a really good move. That was a very intelligent thing to do. So he comes in, he sees, and I'm trying to move to counter with my group, but then he attacks me with his catapults. Like, he's just dancing around me. Like, it's very impressive, the micro here. And as you can see, now he's attacked. He's killed one of my necrolytes. They're in trouble. I have to flee. But he almost wins over here. And but he's destroyed a lot of my army. He picked me apart. It's really impressive how he did that. I don't know, it was cool. Like, did you see all that? I hope I showed it. It was neat. It's just like, that's what I love about this type of slow-paced game, is like, you form up and you have these battles, and that's a really cool battle, and it's not right at bases. That's what I find about a lot of RTS, is that you're always fighting at your base. That's what I really found about Warcraft 3, is there wasn't a lot of fights in the field when I played it, at least, probably at very high levels. It is, but like, look, he's done it again. He's hit my catapults when I wasn't looking. You know, what do I do in this case? He's gonna kill one of them at least, and so I say, okay, catapult, just stay still and let us shoot at you. And he's continually dancing around me. He's got another group here, so if I go on one side, I don't have very many raiders. So if I go on one side, he'll kill me and look like I'm boxed into this choke point. And he's out here in this big open field, and he's got these guys here. It's very tactical, this game, even though you wouldn't expect it. Yeah, I don't know. It's something that I feel like positioning doesn't always play an effect in these types of games, but this, because like weak units, like your best units die so easy that it's got a lot of rock paper scissors, but not in like unit to unit, but in where and how you use them, right? So yeah, he killed my army there. He destroyed me. It was I was very upset by that. I started building a barracks, because one of the things I noticed is that when you win a battle, you have to go as far as you can before he starts, before he has enough units to attack you again, right? Because units move so slow. And so I decided I need to build a base in the middle here, and by now I have ogres, as you can see. Ogres are a very powerful tier 3 unit for orcs. They do a lot of damage if I select one. They do 21 to 29, and I have 1 upgrade. Now a raider does 11 to 17. Like, their minimum damage is more than a raider's maximum. Like, that's a lot of damage in this game, and they have a lot of health. They have 175. Raiders, which is another very powerful melee unit here, only has 80. So if you know Warcraft, like, that means ogres are really good. They're expensive though. And so I kind of take this position in the middle here. I just hold my men there, so I'm defending it, and then I start building some barracks as I eventually, and raising skeletons because I was a moron. I forgot to turn them on to bloodlust. So, but
Our
Zach
gold mine
has...
has collapsed.
Oh, so his main goes down.
Research
Zach
complete.
has this base here, and he's pumping out necrolytes too, and raiders. He's got barracks there, and he's got this one. This was a very silly place to put his mine. So he's got 3. Now I think if we check, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4 expansions, and my main's gone down. So it's interesting. So yeah, I've taken this position in the middle, and he's kind of surrounding me. I like that he splits his up. That's really cool. I'm not very good at I'm not good at micro. I'm not good at positioning these units. So I just usually move him in one big blob, but he's got unit composition, and he figures it all out and has separate attack forces to pick me apart. So anyway, I see he's got a peasant there. See, if we look at me,
Ready to ride.
he's got a peasant running there. So I say, okay. You see how much better Zach explores the map? I never explore the map very well.
Research complete.
So I see he's got a peasant there, and I saw a bunch of peasants this way too going around. So I figure, oh, he's got a base over there. So I move my raiders, and I'm like, okay, I gotta keep going. I gotta find this base. And I find his other base. Now I still have a lot of units up here, as you can see, and I'm building a barracks. But I find all these peasants that he was running up here, I suppose, and I see them, and I just kill all of them. And I start going after his necrolytes, but I kill all those peasants, and that's a lot of investment gone. That's a really big blow, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's about 9 times 25 is about 275 gold lost, especially because I got a few kills there too. About 275 gold lost in just peasants without any, without me losing any. I didn't lose very much for what I killed there, is what I'm saying. So it was a big blow. Because 275 it's 4 gold per load. I'm not very good at math. So, but if you figure that out, that's how much gold it is. You know, it's a lot of loads. It doesn't seem like that much, but it is. So anyway, he attacks me here, and I send my raiders. They all die, but I kill a couple of his catapults, which is good. And so I come around, I swing around with my ogres. I know I switched to me, but this was exciting for me. Being on the attack, the suspense of seeing, because I don't know what's here, right? I don't know, I just know he is there. So I swing around, and I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to have defenses. He doesn't have any. So I start beating the crap out of his farms, obviously. First target. So he's shooting at me. He hits me with a bunch of catapults I didn't see, and just 4 of my ogres go down. But luckily I got bloodlust on them. That increases their attack speed. And, so they're doing some damage. I got an ogre down here chasing him around. So just running around, just whacking him with his club.
Ready to ride.
He kills another raider, and then he finally dies. Like, that was great. He killed 3 things there. So anyway, I'm building my second barracks. I'm training troops at my main here, and spitting them out over here. And if we switch back to Zach,
Our town is under attack.
oh, I found he was building an expansion, and I found it. And so that was my attack. I said, oh, I gotta go there. So he brings 2 raiders up to defend it, which, that's great. I wasn't watching. I told him to attack that. He was attacking that. So he kills my raider. I'm moving over with these units. Got a couple ogres, 3 ogres in there, 7 raiders. So that's a pretty decent force. I also got oh no, those are Zach's raiders, right? I'm red on the map. So I'm moving up with this force, and he's only got 2 guys here. He's got some down here.
Ready to ride.
Yeah, he has to train them, I think.
Our forces are
So
under
he
attack.
attacks me from behind eventually, but by that point I've killed most of this army. And he, for some reason, he stops. I guess he was scared. I don't know, he didn't want to sacrifice troops. He didn't need to, because my army would kill him right now. Anyway, so I'm attacking, and this is sad. I'm trying to fix this still. I'm attacking the Great Hall, and I capture it. Technically it's supposed to, but it moves. I don't know how to fix that, but we'll figure it out. I might just make it a little flag that is there. It can return gold and shit, but you have to pay to upgrade it into a great hall so it can train peasants. I'm thinking that's probably the idea. So anyway, they're all bloodlusted. So I win this fight. Oh no, I do win this fight because I have more armor upgrades, and I just had numbers, and I had ogres. He had a lot of raiders, but ogres are good. They're really good. Like, here's his ogre. Those ogres take forever to kill, and they do a lot of damage. Raiders are good too. Raiders are probably better. Oh, that poor bastard. So anyway, I get into this expo, and I'm bringing another army down. Just 4 ogres, 3 raiders. So that's very ogre heavy. That's a lot of ogres for this. You know, our armies are pretty small, but they're powerful units, and I think I balanced it really well. Like my guys, my 4 guys are just smacking away at his towers, killing all of his peons, and he actually lost this expansion. He doesn't have a lot of gold. He doesn't have the income. He's only got, this is not a very good base. This one's out of commission. This one has no mine. If you look right now, I have 1, 2, 3 mines, and there's 1 there. I'll admit that the gold mines were kind of stacked in my favor, but that's kind of part of random generation. That's just how it is. And it's not like he could have gotten this one, this one, this one he should have got. This one he could have put 1 here, built some towers here, but he was scared, he said, because that was where the battle was. He could take this one pretty easily. He took that one. He could take this one earlier. There's a lot of gold mines for him. I don't think it's that stacked, although, I mean, that's part of random generation, is it's going to be a little balanced one way or the other. But, I mean, I think for what I have, it's pretty cool. I think that the random generation makes pretty good maps, and pretty nice maps. Like, you see, there's a lot of terrain to go around. There's a lot of different setups, and that's really important in this game, I think. So, yeah, I'm just killing his expo. He's got his main. He's building tons of ogres. He's got 2 ogre mounds going. Those are ogre mounds. I know, they're pretty lame, but they're ogreish. He's got 2 ogres going. I've got my army here. I've got this army here. That's a pretty good army. So I'm moving in from 2 directions. It's very widespread. It feels like what it was meant to be is this was meant to be like in Total War. An army is, you know, a couple hundred men. Well, let's pretend each one of these is 100 men, you know, and this is how battles happen. You know, you move around, you're coming in from 2 angles. You know, it's that kind of thing, and I'm really proud of that. That's exactly the kind of game I wanted to play. And that's why I made this, right? Because I love Warcraft 1, and Warcraft 1 has this kind of feeling too. Which is kind of what I was trying to replicate. You know, there are parts of Warcraft 1 I can't, because Warcraft 1 is so atmospheric and dark, and they kind of got rid of that, you know. But, we're having this battle here. It's fantastic. Now, he actually kills me, but from here, I win this fight. You know, when he wasn't, most of his defenses were up here, because he wanted to defend that. He's thinking that'd be cool to defend, but, so he does Howl of Terror. Now, Howl of Terror is good, but not against ogres, you know. And I have 3 armor upgrades. He has 1. He's got 1 and 2, and I'm 2 and 3. So that's a lot of armor. And ogres are very powerful already, so 7 armor is a lot. And I'm constantly bringing more men in because I just have the ability to. Look at all those raiders. I have a lot more resources than him because I have so many expos, and I found this one. So yeah, I'm smacking away at him. This is pretty much the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed this. I had fun, and that's what matters really. But I hope you enjoyed this because I've been wanting to do this kind of thing for a while, and this is probably one of the best games we've had of this. This is. I wish that we didn't play the development version, because there's no way for me to continue using development version and keep this replay. So I need to record it because that was an awesome game. I think for this it was really good. I think there was a lot of really cool use of catapults and stuff. Yeah, so I have another army here. He's got nothing left. This is the end of the game for Zach. He's got no resources. I've wiped him out
Our forces are
completely.
under attack.
With like a dual attack, it was he attacked with his peasants. So yeah, that's TGG's there. That was a lot of fun. What a good game. Thank you, Zach, so much for playing. It was so awesome. We had he had to leave so I could be the winner. So just what a game. So I was victorious. So this is the scores. Let's look at the scores. See, I produced a lot of units. I produced 215. He only produced 168. Killed a lot of units. I built way more buildings. So as you can see, I had a lot of units advantage on him. I mined almost twice as much as him. But I didn't harvest that much more lumber, but I did harvest a little more lumber than him. Anyway, so those are our scores. Good game to Zach. Thank you so much. That was a blast. And thank you guys for watching. And I will see you next time. Have a good